So we got the first maintenance day of 2022, and we have some cool stuff going on in the game, as well as Dev Note 6 dropped for the big patch next week. Let's get into it. Alright, so we actually have a lot to talk about. First, we're going to jump into what they told us yesterday, Monday. They told us about the maintenance Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. This is that message to tell us what was coming, and then we'll get on to what else they've given us. Normal maintenance time, it actually ended a little bit early. They told us they're giving us an Omega supply box, and that's it. Also told us the rewards for Dimension Duel and challenges have been increased. We'll go over that once we get in game. New craftable items in the workshop, some text issues, and new events and offers. That's what they told us beforehand. Then this is what we got right here. This is the current events in game. We'll go over a couple of the new ones. 2022 is here, 14-day login. Right here they give us some stuff for logging in. Nothing too crazy. The 500 crystals at the end is definitely going to help you out. Convergium, squad, gold, stuff like that. Region costume event going on right now. We'll check that out. So this week is Region Costume 1, which is Megardian Xanderth. The week after that will be Region Costume 2, Dark Domain and Hydra. And the week after that, so they're telling us what's going on in January, which is interesting. I kind of like this. You can plan your tickets out. So like if you're thinking I really want Hydra for Magic, you wait till next week and do your pulls on the Hydra day, Hydra week. Or if you're thinking Sakaar or something, then you wait till the week of the 19th. You know ahead of time what's going on. I really hope they do this in the months to come. I saw this. I really wanted to see this coming when we saw my video on Monday of the monthly January offer. Kind of expensive, but it kind of tells us what they're thinking. And I like this right here. I like to know when things are coming to the game so I can plan accordingly. Daredevil's mission, I looked at this in game. It's pretty interesting. You do 300 minutes of training grounds, beat up villains and such. It's a different one. We'll get to it in a minute. But all these are pretty easy to do. 5-star costume, 5-star Omega card might be the hard ones for free-to-play players. With training grounds, it's a lot easier than it was before. But once you're able to get those done, you get 10 shards of Daredevil. Training Grounds Extra Rewards event. This is an interesting one right here. So if we take a look, you get it. Once you do Training Grounds, you get some extra stuff. Receive extra rewards when using Training Grounds. So these will be random drops in there, which is a good time to use your Training Grounds. The one I wanted to see is, where's that? That one's still going on. There's one with America Chavez on it in the game. Nope. One says weekly. Baby Groot, Omega Pass. Wait, do we see what the next Omega Pass is? No, this is the same Omega Pass. Once we get into the offers in game, I'll show you. There's a event going on right now that says weekly. All these other ones are over the course of the next 2 or 3 weeks, whereas this one that has America Chavez on the picture says weekly. So, and it lasts for the next 2-ish weeks. So if you're quick on it, you should be able to complete it 3 times and get the payouts. Now if we come down here, that's it for that. Then we get into Dev Note number 6. So this is what a lot of you are really hyped about. This is where the big changes are going to happen, and this is exactly what they do with their dev notes. They're giving it to us today on a day of a maintenance. So some people are thinking all this is happening right now. They specifically state in here it's next week, right here, 112. Everything here in the dev note number 6 is going to come out on 112. That's very important. Now, right here is a little confusing. I wasn't sure what they meant by target off, but when I looked at what they were saying and how they were saying it, target off is what I've been calling untargetable. So like Black Widow's quick step strike, where she still can take damage while doing it, but she cannot be targeted while doing it. And that's what they mean when they say target off, is what we call untargetable. And they're saying they know people are upset about untargetable abilities and specializations, such as when Widow dies, she comes back with up to 30% HP and is invisible. And they said instead of getting rid of those, they want to decrease the effectiveness and increase the cooldowns, as well as give them to other characters. This is not the only one they're talking about, because it says example is Star-Lord when he uses his problem solver skill. If you look back at any of my Star-Lord videos that I did over the last couple days, that's where he does the little figure 8 thing. He will be untargetable during that time, or target off. Then we have, going to the elemental effects, they say how they wanted Storm, Star-Lord, and such that they have to stack. They also mention Spider-Man later on, but don't mention it here up at the top, how they have to stack their effect to proc it, whereas Black Widow or Iron Man do their burn, blind, what have you, immediately. Which in practice has allowed Iron Man and Black Widow to lean into element effects differently than Storm or Star-Lord. So they say down here they're going to make some changes to that, and for Storm, Star-Lord, and Spider-Man, they're going. All the other characters can do these same effects. Well, not all of them, but you know what I mean. But they're going to have increased duration and effect. So this scares me a little bit. Not so much with Storm or Spider-Man, but Star-Lord burn, increasing the duration and effect, seems very strong. So if it's something like right now, burn does 20% bonus damage to the target. If they make this 30% or 35 or even 25, Star-Lord gets a huge boost in PvE as well as PvP, not to mention this problem solver boost right here. Then they talk about potential, which is another thing to keep mind of. They're saying a couple stats weren't really keeping up with other stats as levels increase, so they change a couple potentials. So Captain America, they're changing his status effect resistance to crit damage. Storm, status effect accuracy to defense pierce. Star-Lord, status effect accuracy to crit rate. And here you guys go, buff Doctor Strange, right? Status effect accuracy to crit damage. Which is very interesting, because if anyone on this list needs status effect accuracy the most, it's probably Strange for that support playstyle. And right here, they're not changing anything to Quick Step Strike. They're making it more apparent that untargetable while using this skill. It's the same effect in game. It's always acted this way, but they're putting it in the tooltip so people can see it. And that's it. First half of 2022. And then number 7 will give us a little bit more. Now let's look at what has changed in game. Alright, so we're back in the game. The event I was talking about, as you see here, 20 days, 20 days, And right here, it says event duration 18 days, 8 hours, but it also says weekly event. So you can get some Dimension Duel tokens, Omega War tokens, and Dark Zone points, as well as a ticket selection box. Up to I think that's why it's the 2 days less, is so you can only get it, let me see, 14 3 times. But be careful to finish these before the weekly reset, so that you can get all 3 payouts. Now, if we go over here, the only thing that was added to the workshop that I can find is they always had these blue enhancers, which is fine, but they added the purple enhancers for twice the cost. Well, 2.5 times the gold, but twice everything else. It's still instant complete, it looks like. Still 100% crafting chance, which I was a little scared, but here we are. They also said Dimension Duel would be changed. There's no tooltip that I saw to show you what the numbers were, but I did mine and took a loss so I could tell you what the numbers were, and it's 27 currency for a win and 13 currency for a loss. It was previously 20 currency for a win and 2 currency for a loss. Now, if we look over at some of the sales, so we take a look, like I said, no summon thing. You can also see this as 6 days. This lines up with what we saw before. If we come down here to perks, there's a couple new ones. 2022 Lucky Pack, $4. This is a no-brainer if you're going to put any money into the game. You get the 245 and 100 per day for 11 days. Definitely a no-brainer. Then we have these 4 right here. I like that they kept attention to the Dimension Box tickets this time. In that last video when I went over those offers, they acted as though the Dimension Box tickets were the same as regular tickets. But how these work is for 2,000 crystals or 1,000 for the Dimension Box tickets, you get 10 of the tickets, and over the course of 10 days, you get 10 more tickets. This is similar to those Groot offers from a while back. That's it for that. And they added this one, which I'm a little upset about. So we got the weekly training ticket. You get the normal crystals for the $27 weekly offers. 7 training tickets, which is 1 per day of the week. So this puts you at... So let's do the math. We're going to include the daily training box as well into our math. So you get 1 a day for free for doing 60-minute login. There was the $9 offer for the month of getting a ticket per day with a daily training box. Then we have this offer for 1 per day and a training box each, right? So that's 3 per day guaranteed with up to 14 extra. So 3.5 hours. That the guaranteed puts us at 6.5 hours out of 9. And if we roll perfectly on these daily training boxes, that's an extra 2 hours and 20 minutes, which puts us at 6, 7. That puts us at 5 hours and 50 minutes, which still leaves 10 minutes that we can't get from these offers. If you got the 2022 offer, you could supplement that for quite a while, but even by getting the $27 offer and the $9 offer, you can't get enough. But I think, depending on how train time works for you, this is probably a pretty good offer for you. Weekly gold supply bundle. This one's a little bit weird. I have not personally opened any of these, but the gold supply boxes, I'm getting weird ranges from people. I'm getting anywhere from 250 to a million. And I don't think, if you've played Marvel Strike Force, this is equivalent to a gold orb. Is 5 gold orbs and 17, so like $14 worth of crystals. So is 5 gold orbs worth $13? Not in my opinion. Now this one is really interesting. This is the same exact offer as that rocket offer from a couple days back. 2022 crystals for the same payout, and this is 3,500 for the same payout. This is 1,000% worth what you're putting in, but you have to ask yourself a couple questions. Do you need card draw tickets? If not, you can cross that 10 off and then it becomes a lot less, right? This, you have to weigh this versus the targeted ones of these and decide what you want to do from there. I like that there are crystal offers for the free-to-play players. I think that's really awesome of them. But besides that, that's it for the new offers. They kept a bunch of the New Year's offers, including the crystals and charge and such. And there's some pop-ups that's from New Year's and such. And yeah, that's the update, guys. Let me know what you think of what's currently going on with the New Year's stuff and what else you think is going to happen in the update to come a week from today, Wednesday. I'm pretty interested because it seems like there's 4 characters that they know needs work on, and they definitely look like they've heard a bunch of what the community's asking for. Till next time, guys.